Hello everyone, welcome to Educare 247. This is the third lecture of weekly economy and finance news series. In this series, we are covering important business newspaper like Business Standard, Business Line, Economic Times and Live Mint. This series is very much useful for RBI and SEBI Grade A examination. In our third lecture, we are discussing the news from 15th March to 21st March. So this series will be very much useful for covering all the finance and economy related news. Educare 247 has launched SEBI Grade A 2020 crash course. This crash course will be useful for Phase 1, Phase 2 and interview. We are covering the complete syllabus of paper 2, GS of paper 1, topic wise MCQs will be provided. Our notes are very concise and crisp. Live doubt session will be there, and we are providing video lectures for important topics like accounting, costing and finance. Right now we are giving discount of 1500 on our course, so the course fee will be 1499. This will be called lockdown learning because India is locked down, but you can study sitting at your home by subscribing Educare 247 course. The first news is about goods and services tax GST. GST Council has decided to increase the GST rate on mobile phone to 18% from 12%. Earlier it was 12%, but now it will be 18% from 1st April. The GST Council has decided to slash the GST on maintenance, repair and overhaul services for aircraft. They have also reduced the taxes to 5% on handmade and machine-made matchsticks. So these are some recent changes in GST. They have also waived the late fee for delaying filing of annual rates for the financial year of 2018 and 2019 for the companies whose turnover is less than 2 crore. So that is also very important point. Interest will be left on net tax liability from 1st July for the delayed GST payment. So that is also very important. And the council has said to Infosys to deploy more skilled manpower for the glitch free system and to deploy more hardware in GST network so that the system will be glitch free. So this was the conclusion from the meeting of GST Council last month. So this is a very important point. Please remember all the important point. It can be asked in the examination. The next news is about Market Intelligence and Early Warning System web portal. Ministry of Food Processing Industry has launched this portal, and this portal is first of its kind. It will provide real-time monitoring of prices of tomato, onion and potato top crop. So basically this will provide the necessary intervention guidelines for the Operation Greens scheme. Basically the portal would disseminate all the relevant information related to top crops like prices, export, import, yield, production, crop calendar, etc. so that timely and smooth supply of top crop can be ensured. This is very important. Let us talk about Operation Green. Government of India announced Operation Green in the Union Budget of 2018-19 with an outlay of 500 crore to promote FPOs, Farmer Producer Organization, agri-logistic, processing facilities and professional management. Basically it was focused on top crop, tomato, onion and potato. Government will ensure interruption free supply of these crops, and the price should not be too volatile. It should not go up and high. It should be on a median price. So what government will do? Government will take the surplus production to the consumption center in case the prices fall below preceding 3 years of the average market price at the time of harvest, or the prices fall more than 50% compared to last year market price at the time of harvest, or the prices fall less than the benchmark which state or central government has specified for a time period. So in these conditions the extra crops will be moved to consumption center. So that is very important. The next news is about Sagarmala project. Recently, Ministry of Shipping informed Lok Sabha about this project, and this is the flagship program of Ministry of Shipping. The objective of this program is to promote port-led development in the country because we have 7,500 km long coastline and 14,500 km of potentially navigable waterways. So keeping these things in mind, we need to build our model to exploit these things. So this is very important program. The main vision of this program is to reduce the logistic cost of EXIM and domestic trade and minimize infrastructure investment. It was approved by the Union Cabinet in 2015 and a national perspective plan was prepared and it was released in 2016. Right now 500 projects have been identified, 140 projects have been completed, 190 projects is already in the implementation phase, remaining 167 projects is under the various stage of development and it will be completed by 2035. So this is very important program of Government of India. Basically implementation of these projects are being done by the central 9 ministries, state governments, maritime boards, SPVs, special purpose vehicle, and it has been done through either private sector or public private participation. So this is very important project to boost our infrastructure, especially in terms of port related infrastructure. The next news is about Mission Solar Chakra. Recently, Minister of MSME informed Rajya Sabha about Mission Solar Chakra. This scheme is led by Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, and under this scheme 50 solar cluster will be implemented across the country. It was launched in 2018-19. The aim and the objective of this mission is to ensure inclusive growth by generating employment for women and youth in rural India. Basically, in rural India, cluster will be formed and there jobs will be created, so it will boost the overall rural economy and it will stop the migration. It will also explore the opportunity to deploy innovative technology and low cost technology that will lead to the sustainable development. So basically it will improve the overall rural economic health. Right now 10 projects have been approved under this mission and one solar chakra cluster has been identified in Andhra Pradesh. The scheme will generate direct employment of nearly 1 lakh. So these are the salient features of this scheme and this is very important scheme for the rural development. The next news is about electric vehicles. Recently, Heavy Industries Minister informed Rajya Sabha that government has set an ambitious target to achieve sales of around 70 lakh hybrid and electric vehicles by the year end. Government of India is running FAME scheme, that is faster adoption and manufacturing of hybrid and electric vehicles in India. It was initiated in 2015 and the scheme was formulated to promote manufacturing of electric and hybrid vehicle technology under National Electric Mobility Mission Plan 2020. Under the second phase of this scheme, it was aimed to support through demand incentives like 7,000 e-buses will be provided, 5 lakh 3-wheelers e-rickshaw will be provided, 55,000 4-wheeler passenger car will be provided, 10 lakh electrical bikes will be provided. So this is the demand incentives which Government of India will provide, and this scheme will boost the transport sector and electric vehicles overall. The next news is about State Disaster Response Fund. The center said that it will treat the novel coronavirus outbreak as notified disaster for the purpose of providing assistance under State Disaster Response Fund. Any procurement of essential equipment will be done through SRDF, not through NRDF. So this is very important point. The total expenditure on equipment should not exceed 10% of the annual allocation of SRDF. So government will run the buying of the equipment through SRDF. World Health Organization has already declared coronavirus as pandemic and SRDF has been constituted under section 48 1A of Disaster Management Act 2005. It is a primary fund available with state government for the response to notified disaster. The central government contributes 75% of SRDF allocation for the general category states and 90% for the special category state. So this is very important point. It can be asked in the examination. The next news is related to micro, small and medium enterprises. Union Minister of MSME informed Rajya Sabha that government will come out with new definition of MSMEs. Currently, it is defined on the basis of investment in plant and machinery. Government has accepted the 39 suggestions by SK Sinha Committee on MSME. It was appointed by the Reserve Bank of India to analyze the MSME sector. So basically it has suggested some point and Government of India has accepted 39 suggestions. One of these suggestion is to create funds of fund for the sector. Basically MSME sector contributes 24% of the GDP and 48% of exports, and with an annual turnover of 1 lakh crore this year. The target for this sector is 5 lakh crore within the next 5 years. So this is very important. This sector has many payments pending with the government like public sector undertakings. It has approx 5.5 to 6 lakh crore pending payment. If this payment will be released, it will be a great boost for this sector. So this is very important point. The next news is about Mahatma Gandhi Bunkar Bima Yojana. This scheme is implemented by Ministry of Textile for the handloom weavers and workers. Recently, this ministry has informed Lok Sabha about this scheme. This is for providing social security benefits like life accidental and disability insurance coverage. It is for 51 to 59 years of age group across the country, and many people have already enrolled for this scheme. The claim benefits are provided by LIC directly into the bank account through direct benefit transfer. So this is also very important point. The next news is about demand and import of oil. Basically, Union Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas informed Lok Sabha about demand and import of oil. In the year 2018-19, India imported 83.8% of their petroleum product demand. India Strategic Petroleum Reserve Limited, it is a Government of India SPVs, has established a strategic petroleum reserve facility with the capacity of 5.33 million metric tons in 3 locations: Visakhapatnam, Mangaluru and Padur. So at 3 locations we have a strategic petroleum reserve of 5.33 million metric ton, and 2 is the additional facility which Government of India is planning to build. Then our overall capacity will go up to 10 million metric ton, and the 2 identified location is Chandikhol in Odisha and Padur in Karnataka. Basically Padur facility will be upgraded. So this is very important point. Basically in India right now we have 9.5 days of crude oil requirement in advance, and while marketing companies completely have the stock of 64.5 days of extra stock. So total capacity storage of petroleum products is 74 days. This is very important point. The strategic locations are also very important. It can be asked in the examination. The next news is related to privatization of companies. Basically, Ministry of Finance and Corporate Affairs informed Lok Sabha about the privatization of companies. Government of India has given in principle approval of privatization of 24 CPSEs. It includes subsidiaries, units and joint venture. Basically, the majority stake and the management control will be transferred. The government follows a policy of strategic disinvestment of CPSEs, public sector unit, not for priority sectors, for generic sector. For this purpose, Niti Aayog has been mandated to identify such CPSEs, and it has 3 criteria, like it is important for national security, or sovereign function at arm's length, or market imperfection and public purposes. So on these 3 criteria, Niti Aayog will identify 24 CPSEs. So this is very important point. The next news is related to electricity production in India. Recently, Minister of Power informed Lok Sabha about the status of electricity production in India. As per the latest key world energy statistics, it is published by IEA, International Energy Agency. In 2019 report, it says that India is the 3rd largest producer of electricity in the world, and India also ranked 106th in terms of per capita consumption in 2017. So basically our rank is 106 in terms of per capita consumption. Our population is so huge, that's why our ranking is low in terms of per capita consumption. The next news is related to Committee to review the fiscal consolidation roadmap. Recently, 15th Finance Commission has constituted a committee to review the fiscal consolidation roadmap of the general government. N.K. Singh, who is the chairman of 15th Finance Commission, is also the chairman of this commission. Basically, the term of reference for this commission is to make the recommendation on definition of deficit and debt for central government, overall states and general government and public sector enterprises. It also lay down the principle for arriving at the debt for general government debt and consolidated public sector with appropriate netting to avoid double counting. So basically it will take care of double counting. It will also define the contingent liabilities, provide quantifiable measures of such liabilities whenever it's possible. It will also recommend a debt and fiscal consolidation roadmap for the year 2021 to 2025 for the central government, overall states and the general government. So basically it will revive the fiscal consolidation roadmap of India. So it is very important committee. Hope you have enjoyed the video. If you have enjoyed the video, like, share and comment and subscribe to Educate 247. Thank you and happy learning.